Welcome to episode one of the Clubcast. I'm joined by Abby Dorney and Kerry Senior Hurler Michael Slattery. Michael, how's it going?
How are things, Aidan? Not too bad now yourself, but
I'm good. I suppose first of all, how are you dealing with the lockdown? Are you kind of a person who likes to get outside all the time, or do you just stay inside Netflixing? Or
you're a, you're a bit of both now. I like going out, doing a bit, even going for a jog every now and then, just keep myself tipping and going for a puck with the brother every now and then, you know. But I come in
yes,
and I watch a bit of Netflix as well, series as well and stuff.
yeah, I suppose handy to have someone there around the same age as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, I suppose kind of club wise, it's been a total shutdown. In terms of intercounty, how have they been dealing with it? What's the word kind of been from management, or do you have to kind of set targets and send in kind of progress or anything like that?
Yeah, with county, we just kind of have to, do the runs that they've given us to do. Just keep doing them. Do our own bit in the gym as well that they've kind of guided us to do. Send in, the runs being done just to prove it. Because unfortunately, we just missed out in the league final, like just before it all got shut down. We were ready. We were only 5 or 6 days is all. We were on the
Yeah,
train the Tuesday, and we were set for the match on the Sunday, like, and it was all shut down then during the
y-
week.
yeah, you were due to play Antrim in Croke Park on the
Yeah,
Sunday that it all got shut down. So I suppose it's kind of handy now that a lot of the exercises you can do at home anyway. With all the
yeah.
have they did they give you like gear to work with before you left, or
They didn't at the start. We were kind of doing body weight stuff and whatever we could use as weights. Like say, just for example, like a bag of spuds or something. Just something, a bit of weight in your hands to do something. But eventually, then about 2 weeks ago, we kind of got we got power bags just to use. They're about 20 kgs or 25 kgs anyway. You know.
yeah? And personally yourself, you were going fairly well this year. Would you've been hoping to get inside the first 15 for that final against Antrim?
Yeah, I would have, but in the leading up to it, I kind of got a bit of a knock on the hamstring again on the Sunday, a full week beforehand. Got a small bit of a knock, so I was minding that. Went out on the Tuesday, we were training, went through a bit of rehab running. It was coming well again, so it might have worked out well for me, kind of as well, that way. But I would have hoped them to be in the first 15 anyway if I was fully fit. Yeah.
Has there been any word as to whether you think you'll actually get to play the final, or will it be kind of scrapped
Um,
and looking towards next year then?
Nothing. There was nothing really said in terms of that. They're kind of thinking about counties first. The GPA. They had a meeting there and they're kind of discussing the clubs. Each county plays the club championships, football and hurling before anything. Clubs will be prioritised, like, and then they'll go from intercounty then by the end of it all after that. So it could be late in the year. That way we haven't actually fully heard full update. When
When would you have been starting the Joe McDonough? That would have been in about a month's time, would it?
would have Yeah, it would have been May. I think the first weekend in May. I think it would have been, or the second weekend. I'm not too sure now, but it would have been around. It was the first half of May anyway. We got it underway with it, but it's sort of all be pushed back now because of this coronavirus.
Yeah, I'd say you would have been fairly confident going into that as well, considering a decent enough league campaign.
Yeah, we would have been, like, we weren't marked as favourites, with Carlow coming back down after their run last year in Division One and stuff. But we would have been favourites. Antrim would have been there probably just ahead of us, but we had 4 wins in the league, like, out of 5 games, so we were doing all right. And to be fair, we wouldn't have been too far off it as well in the John McDonough, we'd imagine.
Yeah. Are you kind of disappointed now that is it kind of a welcome break to training and stuff, or are you disappointed that it's kind of all stopped so suddenly?
Yeah, no, it's not well, it is a break in one sense, but it's kind of a routine then, so you're kind of missing it now. You're kind of doing it by yourself rather than doing it with another 30 players to train and stuff, and it's kind of difficult to keep the running going, that way, keeping fit and stuff.
And in terms of kind of play coming back, would you be looking forward to if it was like almost a club only year opposed
Oh,
to
yes,
everything in there?
definitely. Yes, club would be the first priority anyway. You'd imagine for most players it would be.
Yeah. How do you feel the kind of Kerry setup is going? I actually pretty lucky that there's a lot of forwards under the age of 25 actually getting into the team at the moment. But there would be quite a lot of players maybe at the other end of the scale now pushing on that maybe they've only a year or two left, and this could really be a blow to them. Last chance of kind of getting into that top tier of league hurling.
Yeah, you're right. We kind of like we've good forwards, and we're in fairness very young team. Like we lucky to get 320 Bs in the last 3 years. We won 3 in a row. We were going for the A this year, but we were in the A Munster this year. Not sure now. That probably won't be until later on in the year if it goes ahead. If there's anything at all this year, that way. But then the other side of the field, I suppose we're kind of there's only a few that are under 25. Like
Yeah.
like the Jason Diggins and Evan Murphy would be there. James E. Connors over 25. That way. Brian Murphy's pushing on. They're all kind of like Mikey Boyd is 32. Like that way. We're fairly old in the defence. We'd have a few, but wouldn't be as strong as the forwards under the age of 25. We have a very young team. The forwards, like.
Yeah, so like I suppose you would be kind of looking at someone like Mikey Boyle, who's so influential in the team that there would almost have to be a period to just readjust of whenever, a couple of years' time when he is dropped out of the squad to maybe readjust in that area of the pitch. But the forwards would probably have been fairly well bedded in by then.
Yeah, the forward would have been, but we still need somebody, to be holding centre back, just fill in Mikey's gap, which will take a few years. Like, we need to find someone that'll be as influential and as big of a character as him that'll stand up, on the day, and it always does deliver a good game that way.
Yeah. In terms of the club scene, what way do you think it would have been shaping up this year? From what you've seen inside the inter-county setup, what clubs do you think would have had kind of strongest squads going into the summer?
Your Causeway would be high contenders again, and Lichtenau. Lichtenau are always there when they have Shane Conway around and stuff, and they have good backs as well. Conor O'Keefe would be there. They're all kind of young fellas. They're not an exactly old team. They have young fellas coming through as well under the age of 25, kind of all around the team. Whereas if Mike Conway now goes, Shane is there, he'll pop in. There's Ricky Heffernan. He'll still play for another few more years, that way. And there's Colin Sheehy. He's young. He'd be decent. Club level players that would be very good for club. They'd all be decent. Like Causey would be very strong again. Anyways, yeah. I think.
Yeah, I suppose for ourselves it would have been handy. It's like last time because the team in Aberdeen is quite young, and any experience that we get is going to be pretty vital. So it's kind of a shame that they're not going to get at least league games under their belt before, if any, championship is played at all.
Yeah, the league games would stand hugely to them. I remember even in my first year, I played 5 or 6 league games before championship, but they all stand to you. A bit of experience up against senior level. You learn from it, and what you're up against. Bigger and stronger players, you're going to have to be a bit smarter about some things. But it would have stood to them massively, yes. We have a very young team. Hopefully now, if we do get a bit of a championship, they'll have some games, even if we don't get as far as we'd be hoping this year. It's a learning curve anyway. There's no rush, and we can get it next year. There's another 3 or 4 years in the young team. If not, there's probably more. There's 7 or 8 years. That way.
Yeah.
There'll be fellas going away, but there'll be young fellas coming back in, filling in.
Exactly, yeah. Kind of youth level looks to be pretty strong. There would have been another strong year for minor, I think, as well this year.
This year, yeah. We'd have, say, Oisin Mansell. He's playing football now at the minute, like the minors, whatever way that'll go now. But he would have been of the age to play minor hurling. And Gavin, my brother Gavin Slattery, would have been there. Jack Hannon is young. He would have been senior in another 2 years, whereas Brendan Walsh is there. He'd be there next year with Oisin and Gavin. They'll all be huge assets, to the club. Even though we're fairly young, but they'll still be a big, massive addition,
Yeah, definitely, yeah. So in terms of the lockdown, what's the thing that you miss the most about ordinary life? Is it live sport on the TV, but other than playing sport itself? What is it kind of you're really can't wait for it to come back?
Just being able to go outside, and a nice, the last few days now, we've been lucky enough to have 3 nice summer days, nice and warm, nice to go out, mingle with your friends and stuff would be important as well as, doing your own little bit. But definitely that would be one of the important things that I'd be looking forward to.
Yeah, have you been adhering to all the guidelines yourself as much as possible?
I've been trying my very best. I broke it once or twice. But other than that, I think I've been doing all right.
No bother. I think that's kind of everything we want to cover at the moment. For this, I suppose what we want to do is kind of get as much feedback as possible from anyone that wants us to cover something on it. I'm hoping to get onto a couple of lads abroad as well and maybe get them on and see what's happening over there and stuff. So leave any
Yeah.
suggestions in comment section. And if you want to get on to people for me, off you go. It saves me a job. So thanks, Michael, for coming
No
on.
matter.
And
No matter at all. Thanks, Aidan.
we might chat to you again by the end of it, whatever that's going to be.
No problem at all.
No worries. Thanks very much for
Right.
watching
So.
and listening, and we'll see you the next time.